With a brutal ending that unleashes rage from all directions as Kevin Harrigan finds his footing, MobLand leaves burnt earth. Although the title may sound cliché, The Beast in Me refers to every character in this episode as some Harrigan clan members take center stage. Harry and Kevin are left to preserve the MobLand heritage of this once great family while Maeve and Conrad are under lock and key. Now that Richie Stevenson is forging his own way with Colin Tattersall at his side and McAllister is requesting favors, intelligence, not weaponry, is what counts. After a flurry of retaliation and moments of healing, audiences are in the right place. The Beast in Me, which lays down the law in a relentless episode that is both heartbreaking and powerful, is what fans have been waiting for. In addition to Maeve Harrigan and her husband Conrad, plotting now involves the family lawyer O'Hara, a woman who will stop at nothing to gain a larger share of the pie. But while ambition drags some individuals down, greed may land you in a lot of danger. Minutes into MobLand, The Beast in Me embraces baser instincts as Kevin talks to his former abuser. Blood on the kitchen blinds hasn't dried yet, but it feels oddly fitting that this mild and meek Harrigan becomes medieval after their confrontation. This isn't a moment of excessively detailed exposition meant to pass the time, but rather an outpouring of emotional angst that finds an outlet in the most unlikely place. For Paddy Considine, who has played subtly second fiddle to Tom Hardy among a superb ensemble cast, this is the moment Kevin gains his seat at the table. Others have always come first, whether it's because of a self-centered father or a manipulative mother. Conrad Harrigan is untouchable in his children's eyes, a monument to gangland that was sculpted from his own rage and transformed into an icon by Maeve. Throughout his life, Kevin has held that legend in high regard, but his dedication has been disregarded in favor of his siblings. The Beast in Me provides Kevin with some closure amidst the chaos after he was violated in prison and became a victim of Conrad's incestuous wish to maintain things in the family through Bella. Through his performance, Paddy Considine is given free rein to exact his revenge against Pierce Brosnan, forging drama from the fury. In a moment that defines this finale in so many ways, Conrad and Kevin face each other through the glass, one man unwilling to back down and lose face, another past caring for an old man who took liberties with his own family without a second thought. Audiences will understand in that moment between father and son what real monsters are made of. They are both born and raised, indulged by those who choose to ignore their vile desires, and be revealed later between other family members. But since this was a narrative written by Ronan, rises from the ashes of that encounter to assume the role of guardian for his manipulated by others for unspeakable agendas. At the heart of I Family, this emotional trigger provides the climax with a strong foundation. The fuse is lit here between generations, but home truths not for Conrad and his venomous desires, but for something more moral. But even after these disclosures, The Beast in Me hides something worse, particularly in regards to Maeve Harrigan. Despite being incarcerated, Maeve Harrigan remains indomitable. She takes no prisoners and does business as though incarceration were merely a slight inconvenience. From the beginning, Eddie has been manipulated in a masterful way by playing her grandson like a fiddle by appealing to his conceit and self-importance. At another pivotal point, Maeve gives him her last instructions through the glass, enlightening him to the actual meaning of monstrous. Viewers get to see Helen Mirren's magic up close, and this power-hungry harpist has never let other people's constraints stop her. Mirren exhibits emotional reserve from under the shell of this Irish gangster, and her performance is ripe for an Emmy. Despite Eddie's assurances, Maeve still holds back from doing something because she senses his hesitation. Compared to the other members of this ensemble, Anson Boone has received relatively little attention, yet, Eddie's rise is certain, and The Beast in Me hammers home another nail to ensure that his performance is remembered. When Conrad enters the picture, Eddie's identity is undermined and his darkest secret is exposed, and Boone's response to the discoveries is impressive. Resentment fuels his rage from that point on, putting him on a collision path with Bella and Kevin, who appear to be his mother and father but are actually the custodians of secrets that only his grandmother is prepared to divulge. This strategy makes sure Maeve gets what she wants and gets rid of barriers without interfering. The deceit of this sly matriarch is infinite, and The Beast in Me provides another stage for her to flex. But Maeve is aware that it will take more than that to stop Harry de Souza, especially after sending a teenage assassin in his way. Tom Hardy has been front and center in MobLand from the first frame, and this finale is no different. There is a delicate rage in his creation of Harry de Souza that speaks to "the beast in me," which is taken from Johnny Cash's lyrics. He has slashed through everyone to keep Conrad Harrigan safe in his roles as husband, parent, and enforcer. But the atmosphere has changed, and it's time to set aside trivial matters. Harry is compelled to act independently since Richie is out of control and using coercion to destroy an Irish tradition. Ignoring cause calls. Kevin enlists Cat McAllister to make amends, and he does so by planning invasions into Stevenson territory. Gangland retaliation with extremely high death tolls and destruction is what that entails.